So this is the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, based on notes from Winston Churchill during the war. So based on a true story of a secret sort of covert group. And this is directed by one of my favourite directors, Guy Ritchie. And this is one of my favourite actors, Superman himself, Henry Cavill, who leads quite a decent cast, actually. And it kind of is like what Guy Ritchie does best, taking on a crazy story, loading it up with humour, action, sharp characters, and, you know, turning it into a fast-paced action film. So this is actually based on Damien Lewis's book about a real World War II covert operation, and follows like a fictional version of Operation Postmaster. It's got the film's kind of framed around Winston Churchill's push in the war to go for unconventional warfare, alongside other officials in his secret sort of teams, including Ian Fleming, obviously, who was the author of James Bond, who based a lot of Bond on his own sort of experiences, and his cousin, I think it was his cousin who played Saruman, Christopher Lee, who was rumoured to be the real sort of secret agent character, who was more active in the war. But Ian Fleming's actually a character in this, which is kind of cool. Henry Cavill leads the film as a character called Gus March Phillips, who's kind of a rogue soldier at the middle of the mission, and he plays kind of this calm, sort of smiley, kind of intensely tough sort of leader. And it's kind of cool, actually. He's like old school British soldier, you know, big moustache and, you know, confidence, charm, all that stuff. And it kind of works really well, actually. I really like it. Alan Ritchson is in it as well. He plays this kind of Swedish character. He's one of those kind of commandos, and he's really cool. If you remember him from... He plays more comedic sort of character in this one, and also quite intense kind of fighter. But he, you'll know him from the popular series that he plays Jack Reacher on the TV show version of Jack Reacher's as Jack Reacher. So he's huge, even bigger than Cavill. It's kind of a little comedian version of him in this. He's kind of less of a soldier and more like a sort of a Guy Ritchie character. But it's kind of a lot of fun when he's on screen. And Eiza González is in it as well. She's amazing, and she's a really beautiful actress. I mean, stunning. It reminds me of the 1940s kind of sirens of old. And you remember her from Baby Driver. She played what's his face, Don Draper character. What was the guy who played Don Draper? Forgotten his name, the actor. But he was she was his kind of girlfriend in Baby Driver, which was a great film as well. She plays Marjorie Stewart, and she kind of is a spy, super kind of elegant and intelligent in this characterization. And there was a lot of women like that in the war. You know, they were kind of seducing the Nazis and trying to spy and then pass intelligence over. It's highly dangerous kind of you know, sort of, and quite a horrible sort of missions they had to basically deal with, really. And she's a bit more poised, more strategic. It's kind of cool character in this. And yeah, I really like it. And then you've got Henry Golding, Alex Pettyfer, and other kind of Hero, Fiennes, Tiffin, Babs, Olusanmokun, and Cary Elwes, who played Princess Bride. He was the lead in Princess Bride, and also Till Schweiger. And there's a lot of well-known characters in it. And the cast is this ensemble, kind of makes the film kind of watchable all the way through, and it's kind of nice how they turn history, World War II film, into kind of a more of a action, fun film. A lot of kind of cool stunts and stuff like that. And one of the fun hooks, like I said, was the Ian Fleming angle, you know, because the official synopsis says the first ever special forces organisation was formed during World War II by Churchill and a group of officials, including Ian Fleming, so who's the author of Bond. And so it's not really nice to tap into that historical mythology and the idea that creator of Bond was close to this kind of world of covert, covert ops and sabotage and stuff like that. And it gives the film an extra layer, really, which is really cool. Kind of winking at Bond fans as it goes along. And yeah, it's not trying to be like a serious film like the other sort of World War films are very serious at the moment. It's not trying to be a documentary style reconstruction, but it sort of fictionalizes real events and with a bit more fun in it and lightheartedness. And I like the fact that it kind of takes a lesser known story in the war and packages it up for mainstream audiences. So the real operation actually had British forces targeting, the German ships near Fernando Po. And the film kind of uses that as a springboard into more of an exaggerated adventure, which is kind of cool. So all in all, it feels like a Guy Ritchie making a World War II adventure movie, which is what it is, with a nod towards Fleming and other historical characters. Henry Cavill gives it a bit of star power, and Alan Ritchson also gives it a bit of intensity, and Eiza González adds a bit of style to it, which is kind of cool. So yeah, that's the film. It's on Prime at the moment. Go and check it out, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.